开始。开学以来大约4个多月的时间，在座的每位同学都非常认真地参与了课间社团这堂课程。课间社团有着多元丰富的课程内容，或许有些同学是从未接触过这项领域的，也或许有些同学是在熟悉的课程当中精进自己。我们都很开心能借由今天这个机会，向大家来呈现我们的学习成果。而在我们今天的表演正式开始之前，首先要先借用各位的双手，让我们一起掌声欢迎我们的大家长杨世贤校长来为我们致辞。我们掌声欢迎校长。
我们小学部所有的同学们都要很清楚，当有人讲话的时候，我们要静静地坐好，看着他。所以我正在等各位，这是一个很重要的习惯，它不是为了校长而做，它是为了你的未来而做的。谢谢大家，各位亲爱的同学们。也要非常感谢淑珍主任带着我们推广中心所有的老师们，竟然在这么一个短短的时间就有这么好的一个成果。我总觉得人的一生如果要让自己过得非常的幸福愉悦，那现在就必须要做很好的抉择。这种抉择就是要让你的潜能在各种领域里好好发挥。各位，你都有很好的家庭，但是你的未来可不一定能够享受这么好的生活，它需要你好好的努力，好好的加油。今天有演出的同学，我们就扛起自己的责任，把最好的一面表现出来。坐在当观众的同学们，那更重要了。你是不是一个很好的听众？那比谁都还重要。我们预祝今天是一个非常美的飨宴，因为有各位专注的聆听、赏识的眼神，还有今天最佳的男女主角这么好的演出，也请各位老师你不要客气，我们就找位置坐下来，不然这样太辛苦了。就让我们迎接今天美好的早晨，谢谢大家。
让我们再次谢谢杨校长的勉励，为我们今天的演出揭开序幕。那相信各位同学也都看到了台上的阵仗。首先呢，第一个节目是由林竹芳老师、吕姿慧老师、黄怡瑜老师、梁浩琪老师以及陈怡玲老师所指导的弦乐合奏 A 团。要为我们带来的曲目是台湾民谣，让我们一同掌声欢迎他们的演出。 我们再次掌声，谢谢弦乐合奏 A 团为我们带来如此精彩的表演。紧接着为我们带来的演出，会是由林怡乐老师、沈义文老师以及廖喜乔老师所指导的弦乐合奏 B 团。要为我们带来的曲目是《往事难忘》、法国民谣以及圣诞老人。让我们一起掌声欢迎他们的演出。 弦乐合奏 B 团为我们带来如此精彩的演出。第三个表演是由陈怡珍老师、吴静玲老师以及黄林奇老师所指导的管乐合奏，带来的曲目是《世界的约束》。让我们一同掌声欢迎他们的演出。让我们一起谢谢他们的演出。而紧接着要为我们带来的演出是由吴静茹老师以及蔡慧琪老师所指导的长笛班，他们要为我们演出的曲目是《平安夜》，让我们一起掌声欢迎他们进场。 让我们谢谢长笛班为我们带来如此有圣诞气息的曲目。紧接着呢，就会是由林瑜翔老师以及郑凯文老师所指导的打击乐班，要为我们演出的曲目呢是 Rocking High。让我们一起掌声欢迎打击乐班的演出。让我们再次掌声，谢谢打击乐班为我们带来如此精彩的表演，谢谢他们。接下来的表演团队是洪俊豪老师所指导的魔术社。
总能知道回答。虽然还不见得看到，但人有在吗？永远都看不到。
好，接下来我们要跟大家介绍一下以前的魔术师是怎么学魔术的哦。以前魔术不像现在网络这么发达哦，资源那么丰富。以前学魔术呢是用录音带，录音带，没错，就是录音带。哦，我们听他的动作，然后跟着那个步骤哦，然后把魔术呈现给大家。那今天我们跟大家分享一下这一卷录音带。
各位魔术师好，感谢你的订购超级神奇魔法无边，看到大家眼瞪瞪眼瞪瞪，惊天地泣鬼神魔术教学系列变走香蕉，而超级魔法无边看到大家眼瞪瞪眼瞪瞪，惊天地泣鬼神魔术教学系列变走香蕉将会教授大家如何变走一根香蕉。打开箱子，你会收到2样东西。第一个是一块方形的手绢，第二个是一根黄色的香蕉。请你拿起那根香蕉，然后请把香蕉叠成一半。没错，把它叠成一半。现在，请把这根香蕉再叠一半，然后把叠好的香蕉秘密地藏在左手掌心之间。请记住，保持你的手在一个自然的状态。这就是藏香蕉的方法。好。你已经掌握如何很自然地把香蕉藏在手里，现在正式开始。请你把香蕉打开原来的模样，然后在观众面前上下摆动，让观众看一下，这是一根普通的香蕉。如果有观众不相信这是一根正常的香蕉，你可以让他检查一下，并叫他在香蕉上面签上名字。你可以拿起那块手绢，把4个角叠起来，然后用另外一只手拿起香蕉，并用之前所教的方法把香蕉叠好，放进手绢里。接下来，在手绢外面用力挤按，而观众并不知道你没有真正的把香蕉放进去，因为香蕉一直藏在你左手的掌心里。还记得我教你如何藏香蕉吗？请记得保持左手一个自然的状态。现在，请你做一下施魔法的姿势。打开手绢，便会发现香蕉会神奇地消失掉了，并等待观众给你热烈的掌声。
请注意安全，回到座位哦。让我们用热情的掌声，谢谢魔术社带来这么精彩的表演，谢谢魔术社。手拿主板打节奏，口说快板段子，轻松的进入主板快书的世界吧。让我们欢迎说唱艺术。演出即将要开始喽，请台下的同学保持安静。让我们再次掌声，谢谢说唱艺术社。接下来的表演团体呢，是由江嘉琪老师所指导的芭蕾舞蹈班。让我们一起掌声欢迎 Spring Breeze。 让我们一起掌声，谢谢8人舞蹈班。而接下来的表演是由郭书成老师所指导的国标舞班，要为我们带来不同风格的舞蹈形态。掌声欢迎国标舞班！让我们一起掌声，谢谢国标舞班。那接下来的表演呢，会是由邱心怡老师所指导的街舞班，他们要为我们带来的表演是 Turn Up， 掌声欢迎。
Get crazy, get crazy, get crazy, get crazy, get crazy, get crazy.
Romance to RCK, so we're just out and that's okay. So fly, so clean, Roman Alexander McQueen. So fresh, so clean, today I'm about to kill this bitch. Hands up, face down, hands up, get the tail进去。Everybody, everybody, everybody, everybody turn it up. Everybody, 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 everybody turn it up. 喜欢这种感觉，就跟着节奏 go crazy。滚到7点，今晚我就是要 go crazy。我放松摆到水，我让第一发威。滚到7点，今晚我就是要 go crazy。Turn up。One nigga's back, party people can't wait, but now it's a hot track. 以为是谁？上次听完还不够。Here I come, here I go, need to real for show. Hold up, back up, back up. 谁也抓不住我 turn my swag up. 做自己 so what？ 我疯狂 so what？ 人生只有一次 turn up for what？ All day, all day. Good stuff made all the way. It's kick all day. I'm about to go ham. Go crazy， 滚到7点，今晚我就是要 go crazy。我放松摆到水，我让第一发威。滚到7点，今晚我就是要 go crazy。Turn up。
让我们掌声谢谢街舞班的演出。接着呢，会是由郑诗颖老师所带领的另外一班的街舞班，要为我们带来的表演节目是 Patient Kids， 让我们一起掌声欢迎他们。
你的笑总是甜美，带给我力量。风常伴着无语无语轻翻脚，来的好运我们眼神紧对焦。我说哦哦哦哦，到了有你真好。你的笑总是温暖世界让我晃，开口的手掌永远不让我欣赏。未来的幸福我们再携手去闯。我说哦哦哦哦，答应只有你好。Let's say hey， 什么完美，不就是寻寻觅觅，原来身边有你陪。And let's say hey， 抱紧这一切，我知道未来世界会更美，一定会更美。
彩表演带来了如此轻快的舞步哦。那最后一个的演出呢，是由7年级 Advance 的学长姐压轴演出，是由令老师所带领的7A 学生要为我们演出英文话剧《小气财神》。小气财神呢是19世纪狄更斯的作品，到底这个故事要为我们传达什么样的概念呢？他也要跟我们介绍什么是真正圣诞节的意义哦。现在呢，就让我们一同来欣赏7年级学长姐的演出吧，掌声欢迎。
Welcome. I am Jacob Marley, and I am dead. There's no doubt about it. The register of my burial was signed by the clerk, the clergyman, the undertaker, and by my chief mourner, Ebenezer Scrooge. When the bell tolls and I must take my leave, I must leave you here to witness Scrooge play out his Scroogey life. Scrooge is in his counting house. Where else? Christmas Eve and Scrooge is in his counting house. This is the story, the once upon a time, of Ebenezer Scrooge.
Once upon a time, upon the Christmas Eve, old Scrooge sat busy in his counting house.
A Merry Christmas, Uncle.
It was the voice of Scrooge's nephew.
Bah, humbug.
Christmas a humbug? Uncle, I'm sure you don't mean that.
I do. Out upon Merry Christmas, if I had my will. Every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lip should be boiled with his own pudding. He should. Nephew, keep Christmas in your own way and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it, but you don't keep it.
Let me leave it alone then. Much good may it do you. Much good it has ever done you.
I have always thought of Christmas time as a good time, a kind, forgiving, charitable, pleasant time. And therefore, Uncle, though it has never put a scrap of gold or silver in my pocket, I believe that it has done me good and will do me good. And I say, God bless it.
Good afternoon.
I'll keep my Christmas humor till last. So Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Good afternoon.
And a Happy New Year.
Good afternoon.
His nephew left the room without an angry word, but the clerk, in letting Scrooge's nephew out, had let one other person in.
At this festive season of the year, Mr. Scrooge, we should make some slight provision for the poor and destitute, who suffer greatly at the present time. Many thousands are in want of common necessities, sir. Hundreds of thousands are in want of common comfort.
Are there no prisons, no workhouses?
Unfortunately, there's still plenty of prison and workhouses. However, a few of us are endeavoring to raise a fund to buy the poor some meat, drinks, and means of warmth. We choose this time because it is the time, out of all others, when want is keenly felt, and kind abundance rejoices. What should I put you down for?
Nothing.
You wish to be left anonymous?
I wish to be left alone. Since you asked me what I wish, gentlemen, this is my answer. I don't make merry myself at Christmas, and I can't make idle people merry. I help to support the prisons and the workhouses. They cost enough, and those who are badly off must go there.
But many can't go there. Many would rather die.
If they would rather die, they had better do it and decrease the surplus population.
But Mr. Scrooge, think of the poor.
Take your leave of my office, sir, while I'm still smiling.
I must be going home. I hope you have a very, very lovely day tomorrow, sir.
Oh, you'll be wanting the whole day tomorrow, I suppose.
If it's quite convenient, sir, it's only but once a year.
A poor excuse for picking a men's pocket every 25th of December. But I suppose you must have the whole day. Be here all the earlier the next morning.
Oh, I will, sir. I will. I promise. And, sir...
Don't say it, Cratchit.
But let me wish you a...
Don't say it, Cratchit. I warn you.
Alright then, sir. Well, Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge.
Bah humbug.
The hour of shutting up the coming house arrived. Scrooge took his melancholy dinner in his usual melancholy turban and went home to bed. Before falling asleep, he suddenly heard a loud bang. Bong! Up Scrooge went. He closed his door and locked himself in. Then he heard a loud clank that came on through the heavy door. Clank! And a spirit passed into the room before his eyes. It was Jacob Marley's ghost.
What do you want with me?
Much.
Who are you?
Ask me who I was.
Who were you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley. You don't believe me?
I don't.
Why do you doubt your senses?
Because a little thing affects them. You may be an undigested bit of beef, a flour mustard, a crumb of cheese, and there's more upgrading and upgrade about you, whatever you are. Humbug, I tell you, humbug.
The spirit raised a frightful cry.
Mercy, dreadful aberration. Why do you trouble me? Why does spirit walk to earth, and why do they come to me?
It is required of every man that after he dies, his soul walks among his fellow men. I wear this chain that I forged in life, link by link, yard by yard. In life, my soul never wandered beyond our counting house. Mark me, Ebenezer.
But you were always a good man of business, Jacob.
Business? Business? Mankind was my business. Charity was my business. Mercy, benevolence, the common welfare of man were all my business.
Scrooge was very much dismayed to hear the spirit going on at this rate, and began to quake exceedingly.
I'm here tonight to warn you that you'll get a chance of escaping my fate. You will be haunted by three spirits: the ghost of Christmas past, the ghost of Christmas present, and the ghost of Christmas future. Farewell, Scrooge.
And beginning from the emotion he had undergone, he went straight to bed and fell asleep on the instant.
When Scrooge awoke, the church clock tolled a deep, dull, hollow, melancholy bong. One light flashed up in the room upon the instant, and the curtains were drawn aside by a strange figure, like a child.
Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold to me?
I am.
Who and what are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
Your past. As the words were spoken, they passed through the wall and stood in the busy thoroughfares of the city. It was made plain enough by the dressing of the shops here, too. It was Christmas time. The spirit stopped at a certain warehouse door and asked Scrooge if he knew it.
Know it. I apprentice there.
They went in. At sight, an old gentleman sitting at such a high desk, Scrooge cried out in great excitement.
Why? It's Fezziwig. It's Fezziwig. Bless his heart. Alive again.
Yo-ho there, Ebenezer!
A living and moving picture of Scrooge's former self, a young man came briskly in, followed by his fellow apprentice.
Yo-ho, my boys! No more work tonight. Christmas Eve, Ebenezers. Let's have the shutters up before a man can say Jack Robinson. Clear away, my lads, and let's have lots of space here.
Clear away? There's nothing that they wouldn't have cleared away or couldn't have cleared away with old Fezziwig looking on. It was done in a minute. The warehouse was as snug and warm and dry and bright a ballroom as you would desire to see upon a winter night. When the clock struck 11, this ball broke up, Mr. and Mrs. Fezziwig shaking hands with every person as he or she went out, wishing him or her a Merry Christmas.
A small matter to make these silly folks so full of gratitude. He has spent but a few pounds of your money. 3 or 4, perhaps. Is this so much that he deserves this praise?
Isn't that the spirit? He has the power to render us happy or unhappy, to make our service a pleasure or a toil, and the happiness he gives is quite as great as if it costs a fortune. Spirit, remove me from this place, haunt me no longer.
As he struggled with the spirit, he was conscious of being exhausted and overcome by a irresistible drowsiness, and further off, in his own bedroom, in his deep sleep, he thought about his clerk, Bob Cratchit.
Scrooge awaked in his bedroom. The walls and ceiling were so hung with living green that it looked a perfect glow. The leaves of holly, mistletoe, and ivy reflected back the lights, and such a mighty blaze went rolling up the chimney, heaped upon the floor, to form a kind of throne, where turkeys, geese, great joints of meat, pigs, and much more.
Come in, and know me better, man. I'm the ghost of Christmas present.
Look upon me. You have never seen the like of me before. Touch my robe. Scrooge did as he was told, and held it fast. The room and it all contained instantly. Scrooge and the ghost passed on, invisible, straight to Scrooge's clerk's home.
What is this place, Spirit?
This is the home of employee, Mr. Scrooge. Don't you remember it?
Do you mean Cratchit's? Do you mean this is Bob Cratchit's home?
None other.
And these children are this?
They watch on as the Cratchit family interact.
What has ever got your precious father in? And your brother tiny Tim?
No, there's water coming.
In came Bob, the father, his bare clothes down in bushes to look seasonable, and Tiny Tim next to him. And as for Tiny Tim, he brought a little courage.
And how did little Tim behave?
As good as gold and better. Somehow he gets thoughtful, sitting there by himself so much, and thinks the strangest things you ever heard. Coming home, he told me that he wished the people saw him in the church, for that he was a cripple, and it might be pleasant for them to remember, upon Christmas Day, who made lame beggars walk and blind men see.
The two young Cratchit went to fetch the goose, with which they soon returned in high procession. They set the dining table for their wonderful meal.
I am thankful for our dear children, our wonderful meal, our love for one another, and the warmth of our small fire. A Merry Christmas to us, my dear. Hurrah! I give you, Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
The founder of the feast, indeed. I wish I liked to hear the mighty Scrooge. I give him a piece of mind to feast upon, and I hope he had a good appetite for it.
This is Christmas Day, and I should like to drink to the health of the man who employs me and allows me to earn my living and our support. And that man is Ebenezer Scrooge.
I will drink to his health for your sake and the days, but not for his sake. A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you, Mrs. Scrooge, wherever you may be this day.
Thank you, Bob and Mrs. Cratchit, too. No one else is close to me. Not now, not ever. Of that I'm sure, Spirit. Tell me if Tiny Tim will live.
I see a vacant seat in the poor chimney corner, and a crutch without an owner, carefully preserved. If the shadow on older by the future, the child will die.
No, kind Spirit. See that he will be spared.
If he feel like to die, he had better do it and decrease the surplus population. The ghost of Christmas present take two North baby dolls from her skirt out.
Who are they?
They are this man's child, and they cling to me, appealing from their father. The boy is ignorant, the girl is want. Beware of them both.
But have they no refuge, no resources?
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses? The bell struck 12. Scrooge looked about him for the ghost, and saw it no more. A celestial creaked to vibrate. He remembered the protection of old Jacob Marley, and, lifting up his eyes, beheld a solemn phantom, capped and hooded, coming like a mist along the ground towards him.
Ghost of the future, I fear more than any spectre I have seen. Will you not speak to me?
It gave him no reply. The hand was pointed straight before them.
Lean on. The night is waning fast, and it's a precious time to me. Lean on, Spirit.
They scarcely seemed to enter the city, for the city rather seemed to spring up about them. There they were, in the heart of it, amongst the merchants. The spirit stopped beside one little knot of businessmen. Observing that the hand was pointed straight toward them, Scrooge advanced to listen to their talk.
I don't know much about it either way. I only know that he's dead. When did he die? Last night, I believe. What did he do with his money? I'm not really sure. Company, perhaps. He hasn't lent it to me. That's all I know. It's likely to be a cheap funeral. For upon my life, I don't know a living soul who cared to lend it to me. Suppose we make up a party and volunteer? I don't mind going if lunch is provided, but I must be glad if I'm in court.
The scene had changed, and now he almost touched a bare, uncurtained bed. A pale light, rising in the outer air, fell straight upon this bed, and on it, unwashed, unwept, and uncared for, was the body of this unknown man.
Spirit, why do you show me this? Why do you show me these people from my street as they take the death of Jacob Marley? That is the thing past, no future.
The spirit does not respond and leads Scrooge away from the dead body and towards a graveyard.
Show me who that man was, the one with the covered face.
The spirit stood among the graves and pointed down. Scrooge crept toward it, trembling as he went, following the finger, read upon the stone of the neglected grave of his own name, Ebenezer Scrooge.
Am I that man who lay upon the bed? No, spirit, no. Hear me, I'm not the man I was, and I'll not be the man I must have been. Why show me this if I'm past all hope? I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. I will live in the past, present, and the future, and I will not shut out any lesson that I teach.
Holding up his hand in one last prayer to have his fate reversed, he saw an alteration in the phantom's food and dress.
And thus, the firm of Scrooge and Marley is doubly blessed. 2 misers turned, one alas in death, but one in time's penultimate nick. There goes my friend, Ebenezer Scrooge.
Scrooge wakes up, scrambling out of the bed, reeling with delight, running to the window. He opened it and shouts,
What's today?
Eh?
What's today, my fine fellow?
Today, why Christmas Day?
It's Christmas Day. I haven't missed it. It's Christmas Day.
Excuse me, sir?
Do you know the poachers in the next street but one in the corner?
I should hope I did.
An intelligent boy, a remarkable boy. Do you know whether they stopped the prize turkey that was hanging up there? Not a little prize, but a big one.
What, the one as big as me? It's hanging there now.
Is it? Go and buy it. Here, take this with you.
But sir, this is too much money for that turkey.
Keep the change, and Merry Christmas.
Wow, Merry Christmas to you too, Mr.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
The boy was off like a shot. An act of kindness is like the first green grape of summer. One leads to another and another and another. One simply wets the tongue for more. The taste of kindness is too sweet. Goods are like this, but the gift of goodness one feels in the giving is full of life. It is a wonder.
I will send it to Bob Cratchit. He shan't know who sent it. It's twice the size of Tiny Tim.
Scrooge dressed himself all in his best and at last got out into the streets. He regarded everyone with a delightful smile. He looked so irresistibly pleasant. He walked toward his counting house.
Good morning, Merry Christmas.
Scrooge was early at the office next morning. If he could only be there first and catch Bob Cratchit late. The clock struck 9. No Bob. A quarter past. No Bob. Bob was full 18 minutes and a half past his time. Bob's hat was off before he opened the door.
Hello, what do you mean by coming here at this time of the day?
I'm very sorry, sir. I'm behind my time.
You are? Yes, of course you are. Now step this way if you please. I'm not going to stand this sort of thing for any longer. And therefore, I'm about to raise your salary.
Oh, no, sir. What did you say, sir?
Merry Christmas, Bob, my good fellow. Then I have given you a penny a year. I will assist your struggling family.
Scrooge did it. Scrooge was better than his word. He did it all, and infinitely more. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was like a second father to him. He became as good a friend, as good a master, and as good a man as the good old city knew, or any other good old city, town, or borough in the good old world. All was said to him that he knew how to keep Christmas well. May that be truly said to us, all of us.
Merry
Christmas!
让我们再次掌声，谢谢7A 的同学为我们带来如此精彩有趣的话剧表演哦。他们呢也展现了非常自信大方的风范，那也为我们今天的成果发表画下一个完美的句点。那今天现场呢也莅临了一位神秘嘉宾来给我们鼓励哦，让我们一起欢迎张祝芬校长。谢谢张校长的莅临。今天的表演节目在此告一个段落，谢谢所有老师的指导，也谢谢所有演出团队的努力，更谢谢台下的观众给予的热情掌声。让我们一同期待下次的成果发表。在 在这边预祝大家圣诞快乐，我们下次见，谢谢。